Excellencies, citizens of Riyadh, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in my thoughts to express gratitude to Mr. Edouard Cointreau. I believe Mr. Cointreau is joining us from Finland. Monsieur Edouard Cointreau, in year 1995, you came with this beautiful idea to create the GOURMAND Awards. During 3 decades, you gave joy and happiness. You made tens of thousands of writers, chefs, editors, publishers, and photographers worldwide famous. You united people from the whole world, religions and faiths, languages, customs and traditions. You are uniting us today for the same mission. Our mission through our work is to spread happiness, joy and peace and well-being. Like one wise said, a happy face, a gentle heart, and pure spirit sit on a full, satisfied belly. Despite the competition of the world, the wide choice that the internet offers for free, thanks to you, Monsieur Edouard Cointreau, the cookbook maintains its value and its place on the shelves of homes and of bookstores. Ladies and gentlemen, I am born in Tunisia about 71 years ago, and living in Finland now 47 years. Finland is my home country and Tunisia is my roots. Because of my background, Monsieur Edouard Cointreau asks me if I could address gratitude in Arabic, in my maternal language, to our hosts. So in Arabic, please join me. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته أعضاء الثقافة والحضارة والطهي في مدينة الرياض في هذه الأرض المقدسة. آنساتي سادتي، أنا اسمي أحمد الأدرسي، أقدم اليوم كتابي يمثل فنلندا وعلى الفلاحة في فنلندا ولا في الفلاحين في فنلندا. شكرا. ريموت. Okay, we started by this video, it's okay. So here is this video recently here is a barley field, and the field is from Helsinki, about 6 kilometers from Helsinki north. As we see, the barley has long whistles.
The barley has characteristic.
And this the young man is Lauri. We will see later his parents.
Very long whistle.
Lauri is now harvesting the oat field. Finland produces over 1 million tons of oats. Here we are in the mill. There's 2 machines for spelt and for wheat. There we see the elevators. They are the same machines in background. The elevators, everything is out of pine tree wood. Now we are upstairs. You can see there are stitches to stop also the machines from going through the window or behind through the wall. The mill is about 150 years old. Also, there is no, it's all mechanic, there is not any electronic or something else. There's a sieve, so really you can imagine because it's bolted in the ground, but it's not enough. They have to put those tensions to stop the machines from going out of the wall. But I think the wall will not stand for a long time. Here we have Iberist, is Hanno. I was thick, I was even 50 meters, but they know him, they don't know me, because they say that the bees really recognize faces too. Also in my second book there's a lot. Here you can see there is so many roosters because they eat the chicken. I don't mean the roosters eat the chicken, no, the people they eat the chickens, and they have so many roosters there. Here is Stefan. He's a Swedish-speaking person, and also he's building all kind of in the spare time. When, of course, in the winter there is not anything to do. He builds saunas. He did all kind of other. He's very, very talented person. Beside, now here we are in the barn. You see how curious this beautiful creatures, and of course because the barn is open, the doors are open and they are free. Also they put their manure everywhere. There's manure, and they go also to the robot to be milked. They don't know me. They are so curious now what's going on. They are so curious. If I touch them, they run away. But I have to really to stay a bit to the side, and they come and they rub their on my neck. Also, they are so curious. It's beautiful.
Sen takia minä en syö lihaa ollenkaan. Pitäisikö rapsuttaa?
Well, there's a robot there. There's a manure everywhere because they are so free. But they don't put the, here we get taste, a bit of taste and test.
Kiitos.
Hey, it was good. There's much missing. Well, I continue, however. Opus hominis fructus terrae est. Ihmisen työ on maan hedelmä. It's a book with one title but with two languages. So what means the work of man is the fruit of the earth. The main goal of the book is to honor all kind of farmers, cattle and poultry breeders, fishers, foresters, and hybrids. Though this book is about my home country, Finland, food producers, however, I have taken in consideration that Finland imports a lot of fresh foods, a lot of fresh vegetables, some cereals, because Finland exports to some oats a lot. It's the second exporter. And of course, spices. It's very important. Therefore, this book is dedicated to all those who produce our food all over the globe. And also the main reason why the book is in Latin too. Swedish is the second language in Finland. To honor Swedish-speaking farmers, food producers, their articles are in Finnish, and also some recipes are Finnish. Here I want to be tragical, but it's fact. To be a farmer is not a profession. It's a way of life, full of duties, worries, sleepless nights, very difficult periods, even full of tears. Why? Because a human is powerless in front of the power of the nature. And of course, there is a lot of benefits too. The way of life of the farmers is dictated by Mother Nature, who's not always gentle. Sorry, I forgot something about it. I'm not that young. This year, for example, in the spring was too dry, the harvest of berries was short, as well the quantity of honey was cut to 20% shorter because there was not enough nectar for the bees. It's very important that there are bees because they pollinate two fruit trees. Some cereals and special bees remain in the fields due to the cool and rainy summer. However, this year in the fall, the forests were very generous with tasty mushrooms. And there, okay, we are here. Here we see a buckwheat also on the of the left. The buckwheat really is a flour, not cereal, though it tastes like cereal. And the right, there's rye, here there's oat, and there's barley, whistles. Their article is humble, and food producers tells us about the life they have chosen, which for most is passed from generation to another. The soil of Finland is not fertile. The Finnish farmer, with hard work and expertise, has shaped the rough and acid soil into productive fields. It has taken centuries to develop skills, what to do, how and when, following the rules of nature. The freezing winter is a huge challenge for food producer. However, the farmer knows how to take care of his fields and his cattle. The fisher has his methods, how to make a living when all lakes are frozen. The apiarist, so the beekeepers, is aware how to ensure the well-being of his hives and how his bees will survive the winters. Being a farmer independent, a self-reliant is a joy and benefits too. These benefits can be compared but not measured. From there, okay. Here I had some food. Well, okay, I will explain later on. That was a kind of risotto, but made out of barley. The Finnish language is very practical because barley is ohra, and when we speak about risotto out of barley is ohratto. That was, and Finnish, they love so much mushrooms. Finland produces over 1 million tons of oat, making the country the second oat exporter after Canada. The export of dairy products is strong and keep growing. There was even times when it was spoken about mountains of butter. There was really significant overproduction. The Finnish butter really is not fatty. The taste is not, of course, butter is fat, but it's not fatty. Finland exports also meat, fish, and other products too. In Finland are over 100,000 of lakes and about 5,600 kilometers of coastline. Of course, the archipel is included. It means there's a lot of fish, a lot to eat. However, in the forest they are full by deers, moose, rabbits, grouse, black grouse, and even grizzlies. Despite all this abundance of food, there was difficult years. Not this year, not this century, last century before. There was a famine, there was starvation. How it's possible we have a starvation and we have food everywhere? It's very easy to explain. There was no cereals, there was no bread. Before I have spoken, I have said that Mother Nature is not always gentle. Sometimes takes everywhere. Also, it's very, very important that paradox here. We have famine and we have food, but we don't have cereal, we don't have bread. That's why. The Finnish eat a lot of bread, and this what we come by later on. I arrived to Finland about 7 years ago. I was the cook of the Italian ambassador. Back then, the Finnish food at home in the restaurants were completely different than nowadays. The dishes I introduced in the book have nothing to do with what we call a tradition Finnish cuisine. Some dishes they are known, of course, and some I did created. I use in these dishes I prepared only ingredients that grow in Finland, exception, of course, spices, salt included. I introduce all kind of dishes, but I want especially to give a new fresh start and to increase the use of barley, oat, rye, spelt, and buckwheat. Stop there. Yeah, that's very good. So up we have this sweet dish made out of oat and grain, not in flakes. There is no sugar, nothing in it, and of course on top a generous amount of honey. Under it's rye. It's a very special dish. It's an honor to the wise person who gave me the idea to write my second book, The Apiary, the Northern Apiary. It's for him, this one. And the dish also, it has to be a buckwheat honey, but the buckwheat honey is really black. Also, if I did put there a buckwheat honey on top of the rye, it would be nothing, I can see nothing else. Speaking about honey, of course is sweet, but there is much more. And there is no better place on earth to talk about honey than here in Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, people knew from the beginning of time the value of the bee and the honey. And Surah Al-Nahl, the bee. The Quran confirms and makes clear what honey is good for. Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention. I will read it first in the language of Quran in Arabic and then in English. وأوحى ربك إلى النحل أن اتخذي من الجبال بيوتا ومن الشجر ومما يعرشون ثم كلي من كل الثمرات فاسلكي سبل ربك ذللا يخرج من بطونها شراب مختلف ألوانه فيه شفاء للناس إن في ذلك لا آية لقوم يتفكرون. And your Lord inspires the bee. Make your homes in the mountains, the trees, and in what people construct, and feed from any fruit to please, and follow the ways your Lord made easy for you. From their bellies comes forth drink in varying colors, in which there is healing for people. Surely, and that is a sign for people who thought. Shukran. Thank you everybody.